my name's Amanda and welcome to the 6th block tutorial in my mini block quilt along. So in today's video I will be showing you how to make a very lovely little single Irish chain block. Oh, it's a bit hard to see, but it is a gorgeous little block with this lovely 9 patch in the center and just bordered off with some rectangles and squares. But it is the most loveliest, sweetest little block and very easy to make. In this block we are looking back on our 9 patch block construction skills with the center. Very simple, and then just finishing off with the border. As always, you will find all of the measurement and cutting instructions for this block in the description box below. The link to the pattern sheet is on the first line down there, so you can just print it off and follow along with it as you stitch up your block. And so with that very quick introduction, this is how you make the single Irish chain block. I have to say that very slowly because it's very hard to say. To make block 6, you will need to cut 4 1.5 by 3.5 inch rectangles and 4 1.5 inch squares from one fabric, and then 9 1.5 inch squares from a contrasting fabric. To begin, place all of the rectangle pieces to one side. Then, using the pattern sheet as a guide, create a 9 patch block design using a mixture of the 1.5 inch squares. Starting with the top row, flip one square over onto another. Evenly pin them together and sew a 1/4 inch seam along the pinned edge. Gently press the seam outwards towards the corner square with a medium to hot steamy iron. Turn over the other square in this row and pin it into place. Sew it together with a 1/4 inch seam allowance and then press the seam outwards like last time. Repeat the same steps with the other 2 rows in the 9 patch, making sure to press the seams in the middle row in opposite directions to the top and bottom rows. With the pieced rows, flip the middle one over onto the last and carefully nest the center seams together. Pin them and the rest of the edge into place and then sew a 1/4 inch seam along it. Carefully press this seam inwards towards the center of the 9 patch unit. Turn the last row over, evenly nesting and pinning the edges together. Sew another 1/4 inch seam once more and press the seam inwards towards the center. Next, place 2 rectangle pieces on either side of your 9 patch unit. Turn them over and evenly pin them into place. Sew a 1/4 inch seam along each of the pinned edges and then press each of the seams outwards towards the rectangle pieces. Then grab another rectangle piece and lay out 2 1.5 inch squares on either end. Evenly pin each square to the 2 shorter sides of the rectangle and then sew a 1/4 inch seam along each end. Then gently press each of the seams inwards towards the rectangle piece. Then repeat this step once more with the last rectangle and leftover squares. Next, lay out all of the pieces together into the single Irish chain block design. Turn the top pieced row over onto the 9 patch unit. Carefully nest the seams at each end and then evenly pin the edges together. Repeat with the other row. Once more, sew a 1/4 inch seam down each of the pinned edges and then press each of the seams gently outwards towards the rectangle pieces. Then, if need be, carefully trim the block up to a perfect 5.5 inch square. As I mentioned in the previous block tutorials in this series, please keep on sharing your beautiful blocks with me. I absolutely love seeing what you're making. You can very easily share them with me on Instagram using the hashtag AmandasMiniQAL and tagging me at 3 3/4. So I hope you enjoy making block 6 just as much as I have, and as always friends, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you another time very, very soon. Bye!